Alright, what's up guys? Next update on the YCF Pilot F150. It's been running great right out of the box. Just had to adjust the idle. I actually didn't even touch the fuel screw. Starting to chew away at that back tire a little bit. Not too bad, just cleaned this thing up though. Suspension works great. I've managed to bottom it out a little bit, a few times, but it's a perfect. I mean, that's landing on the flat. It's actually a pretty good mix. It rides pretty good too, even just like trails and stuff, which was part of the reason I got it, was because I got a little one and it's got a little electric bike now. But first mods are coming. So if you can see the back here, this stock exhaust is huge. I mean, this thing is giant, and it's super loud. It sounds really good, but it's super loud. So I wanted a way to quiet it up a little bit, and so what I decided to do was actually I already pulled it out of the box, so sorry about that, but let's pull this guy out, and let's see, what do we got? We got a Amazon, eBay, Chinese carbon fiber vinyl wrap exhaust. So you can see, if you can see down in there or not, it comes with a baffle insert you can take out with this screw in the front. So it's got, I don't know if it's technically a spark arrestor or not, but you for sure won't have issues with that. If they stick a coat hanger or wire down your pipe, and if they just look down, it's fully baffled in there now. So I think it's good to go. And it looks really nice. So we've got a few things we're going to work on. The exhaust is a lot bigger on the end, so I've got a little bag of goodies. I'm going to split this video up probably. This is actually new levers, foldable. This is going on my wife's CRF 150. We've got a brand new 24 millimeter Nibby carburetor. So we're going to put that on. And a few things I think for the exhaust is some high temp silicone. It says it's great for oven doors, water pumps, exhaust manifolds, everything like that. So it should be good to go. Up to 650 degrees. So back where the header meets the muffler, we're not going to see probably anywhere near 650 degrees, so we should be good to go. I also picked these up. So I forget what they're called. MGO muffler reducer. So reducer for mufflers, and basically what it is these little sleeves that actually can compress and slightly adjust. And so you kind of squeeze it in there and shove your muffler on there, and you should be good to go. See if we have to modify it. So I say there's this muffler option, but of course right after I hit buy now, ship it out, I noticed that YCF actually sells what they call a spark arrestor noise reducer, and I don't know if it fits or not, or how it fits. If you look through the exhaust, there's actually a little hole down here. So maybe if you take the end cap off, you can get at it. I'm not sure, but it's $30, so that might be the way to go. It has an actual little spark arrestor screen and a little baffle system, so then you don't even have to take the pipe off. You should just be able to put the thing right on, which is kind of nice. I'm hoping I don't have to modify anything. That's why I bought the sleeves. And if that doesn't fit perfectly, then I'll just fill in the gap with a little high temp silicone. So I'm thinking we won't have an issue, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so now with that fender off, just screw up in here, screw right here, just one little strap bracket, one bolt, and then pretty typical for an exhaust, just got a little springs, pull rubber casting. It's cool. So hopefully this fits pretty easily. Take a look at it. You can see that it's quite a bit bigger, which to me means more volume, which means it'll also be a lot quieter. Hopefully more packing is packed in there. It's not a whole lot longer, which is actually why I bought this one specifically. When you're looking at the pipes, be careful, because there's one that is probably 4 or 5 inches longer than this, and it'll stick pretty far out there towards the fender. So my hope was keep everything pretty close. You can see the retainer, you know, with the spacers on top, and that I think I can actually just reuse that same exact spring setup that's on here. We'll find out. Alright, something else kind of interesting, because, you know, quality control is always perfect with these types of purchases. Baffles just about finger tight. So I probably would have lasted, I don't know, maybe half hour before it just fell out, and then I'm right back to where I was. So, you know, tighten the bolts up. Don't trust but verify, and you know, tighten everything up. Make sure it's all secure. All right, so took these sleeves, pushed out the smallest one. Just took some tin snips, and it's super soft metal. So I actually just, you know, tried to keep it even. And then I used these big pliers to keep it round, and it came out pretty good. It took a few minutes, and you can push it right in here to reduce the size of the inlet on the muffler. So I'm going to push this in there, and then we'll see how close it fits to the pipe on there. Alright, the key on this spacer is that, see this gap going down? Cut just as much as you need. You know, we want it, you know, ultimately, you want it to fit just metal to metal, really. So that, because each side kind of tapers. And then when it hits the end and it has the spring seal on it, it's good enough. And it actually fit pretty tight. So I'm going to take it back out. Because it tapers in the end a little bit, I'm going to take a little more off in the back. And then I'm going to push it in, you know, hammer it kind of in all the way. And I think it's going to fit fine. Alright, so pretty close. You can see this little sleeve here. I don't know how the seal's going to be, but it seems to push on there pretty good. I'm just going to go with it for right now. I used the stock spring on top. It came with some heavier duty springs. They're way too short. You never get those open. So just use the stock hooks. It'll hold it on there. And then the only tricky part is getting these straps, getting that bolt through there. So what I did was I took the giant pliers again, and I pre-stretched it and pulled them in so that they actually bend towards each other a little bit, and it makes it 100 times easier. Well, literally looks like it was made for it, actually. Take a look at the back. You can see that little gap all the way around. Rubber isn't even actually all the way down. So, fits in there perfect. Alright, one video for both the fake carbon fiber exhaust. A lot easier to see outside. It's pretty good. And Little nibby racing carb. Looks pretty good though. Give it a first start, see how it goes. Alright, update on the exhaust. Works well, definitely quieter. If you pull that baffle out, it's super loud. But if you leave it in there, it's definitely quiets the bike up versus the stock. The only thing I'll say about it is it's got like a tingy sound to it. I don't know, it's like thin walls, or I'm wondering if the packing is super light in there. So what I might do is just buy a packing kit, take the end, I see if I can pack a little more around in there. But it doesn't need it. That's just being nitpicky. It doesn't sound bad at all. But it definitely worked to quiet it up, so I'm happy with that. And yeah, so I recommend each.